Okay, welcome everyone. I'm a little rusty on the microphone. I'm Lars, Bildsten, the director here at KITP. I really welcome all of you to this is our second conference that we've had post-pandemic. So I really want to thank everybody for following all the protocols, all the vaccination protocols, and I think we're off to a great start this year. My first question always for any conference is, for how many of you is this your first time at the KITP? Physically here? Yeah, okay. That's what we sort of expected from this particular program, is all new to the Institute. And I want to explain a little bit about how we operate. We run long programs. So this is the conference to start a long program. Our long programs are typically 8 to 12 weeks long, and those programs come from proposals from the community. We've been making an effort over the last 3 or 4 years to offer more opportunities for atmospheric physics, ocean physics, to get engaged at the Institute. Paul Kushner is on our advisory board, and Paul was instrumental, I think, in working with the coordinators for this program to get this going. Paul remains on the board this year, but we've also added Gudrun Magnusdottir, someone you may know from UC Irvine, who's joined the board. So if you have ideas about future programs, you can absolutely speak with myself. Mark Bowick, if you raise your hand, Mark is a deputy director here. We'll be around and available. So if you want to understand the process, pre-proposals are due December 1st, and then we work with the pre-proposers. The advisory board, 17 physicists from around the world, plus us, work with the proposers to see if it makes sense and is a fit for the Institute. So please do think about that. We know what programs we have through summer 2023. So the next 2 years are basically planned. So the first opportunity would be sort of August 2023. But we do welcome ideas and suggestions as well, and discussions, and it's healthy to start that earlier rather than later. So I really want to thank all of you for coming. I know for many of you, this may be your first time at a conference. Actually, I sort of want to know that. How many of you is this your first conference since the beginning of the craziness? Okay. So we have fantastic staff here at the Institute. If any of you have a concern or a need or a question, please ask myself, Mark. Claudia is our conference. Claudia is an amazing conference, and Craig Kunamoto is going to be working with all of you on IT. And again, we'll be running the van back and forth today. The van battery was dead this morning, which is why we were a little bit late on start. So surprises still are occurring. I first want to start by identifying the coordinators for whom this conference is Hank Dykstra, who's not here, Claire, who's here, and Laura Zana, of course, who's back here, will be the individuals who are responsible for organizing this, and of course for the program. Annalisa is also a coordinator for the program. So everything we do here is recorded unless the speaker opts out. So we are recording everything. We've always done that. The talks are available on the web. And so you are creating a resource that'll be available forever. We have about 20,000 talks online from the Institute's history, and typically there's about 15 to 20 people watching 24 hours a day. That's one metric of how much those talks get watched. So it's a great resource. It's very important for us at these meetings. There's time for discussion. So you'll see here on the talks that these are intended to be 30-minute talks and 15 minutes for discussion. That's really an important aspect of how we like conferences here to run. And so Annalisa will set a great example of how to be a session chair for the first session and make that happen. Again, the wireless is available. So EduRoom is probably the simplest thing. If you don't have EduRoom and need a Wi-Fi and a password, just ask Craig, and we'll be able to do that for you, but we're trying to just have EduRoom. There is another program happening right now in Transport Within Stars. Many of those individuals are very interested in fluid dynamics, especially when it comes to lunch and dinner. So please wear your name tags, because if they haven't paid to participate, they don't get to eat your food. So please do that. And the courtyard, for those, everybody's new here, so the courtyard is directly in the center of the building in that direction, and that's where we have all the breaks, lunches, and the dinners. The building is locked, as you know, and the building's always going to be locked. That's one protocol we have in place right now at the Institute. So should you get locked out, so if you want to go for a walk and get locked out, you know, one bet is to come to this front door. Is that the main thing we should be saying, right? Just knock, and yeah. and we have staff there. For those of you who, of course, are staying here for a long period, your key will get you into the building, and you can help out your participants if you see them locked out. Should any of you be bringing extra guests for dinners, just please let Claudia know so we can just see if we need to increase our head count and collect any extra. Again, we've got dinners all 3 nights this week. That's a change for us. We decided it would be easier just to keep everybody together than having you go out and wander across Santa Barbara. So please do, we'll run the shuttle back to the hotel post-dinner is when we'll do that. We have our code of conduct posted outside in the hallway. Code of conduct is really important to us. So I think, again, everybody is familiar with how to behave, but to us, it's really key that everybody have an opportunity to express their views and ask their questions with the right atmosphere. So we really look forward to that. So I think with no further ado, I'm rusty at doing my speaking points. Usually I don't need my cheat sheet, but it's been 18 months. So I think that's enough. There are restrooms in the building. There's some here. There's a gender neutral restroom down this hall, and any other special needs anybody has, please reach out and just ask us. We're here to help. Okay, I'm going to hand this over to Annalisa and let you take it away.
Thank you. Thank you. Welcome, everybody. We are very happy to be able to hold this in person, even if we know we still have some people that could not join and maybe here after November 8th, because that was what we had to handle at the very last moment. I think it's a very timely conference and very timely program. Today is the start of the COP26 meeting, and we just had 2 Nobel Prize in Physics that were immediately linked to climate, and the third one that was, in my mind, even more linked to climate than the other 2, but that's just my point of view. I'm Italian, so I'm biased. So not further ado, welcome. Thank you for being here. I know that for some of you it's not been easy, and you had to go through visas and other procedures that were not always the simple that we would have hoped, as simple as we would have hoped. And we go with the first talk. We have Steve Brunton. And just as a reminder, it's 30 minutes, questions and discussions at the end. This is even more important for the people that are talking during the long program, where we are hoping to have, we schedule an hour, but we hope to have at least another hour of discussion with everybody online. So just looking forward for that. And talks are totally fine if are about open problems and things that we can discuss about how to solve, not just problems that you have fully solved at this point.